Hey, Aries, how are you doing? Welcome to Enchanted Cottage. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If your all signs didn't resonate, then maybe this will. And again, I always say check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. There are various parts of this reading that may resonate depending. I find myself many times my Venus sign will resonate, especially in a love reading more so than my sun sign. So if you don't know that information, check the description box below. You can see how to get that information for free. So Aries, we are going to look, this is mostly going to be a love reading, but we are going to look at things like family and money on into the reading. We're going to kind of delve pretty deeply. Okay, so with that being said, Aries, let's get started. The first part of the love reading, we are going to deal with your current person that is on your mind. This may be somebody from the past, somebody that you're dealing with, but I guarantee you know more about who I'm talking about than I do, right, Aries? So at any rate, we're going to do one more shuffle. And then we're going to get the current energies around this person, around you, and the probable outcome. Okay. Going to take a snapshot of the energy. And also energies, can change. And this is a general reading. So take what resonates and understand that we are taking a snapshot as to what is the probable outcome based on the current energies. With that being said, all right, you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, okay? Just going to call that, and we also have water and fire, okay, on the board. But again, understand that many times the zodiac signs are not what is important. It is more about the reading, okay? You also have Virgo energy and more water energy. So again, take what resonates. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, the energies around your person, kind of interesting, because what I have is this. I think your person may be a little bit slow moving in this situation. We do have two cards that speak to a lot of healing going on. And, we've also got some emotionally uncomfortable, maybe feeling a little stagnated. Now, this may be how they see you. Some overthinking going on, overburdened, carrying a load that they really don't have to, kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Maybe some boredom, complacency, that sort of thing. Maybe that, but I do think there's a lot of hope in their mind about this situation because you got that Temperance card, okay? And that does speak to hope and healing, but it also speaks to, patience, okay? And work to work through some things. And maybe you guys are working through some things, maybe that's what this card speaks to. Somebody may very well be resisting healing, okay? I'm just going to call that like I see that it could mean, okay? But, we're probably going to get some clarity on this. In fact, let's do. Why do we have... what's this about the healing that we're trying to find out? What is the discontent healing situation going on here? Okay, yeah, struggling with making a choice. Oh, okay, and you got the Gemini card, but when I see it like this, someone is looking and kind of weighing options. You've got the Four of Cups and the Lovers. Both of those cards can speak to that, okay, and the need to use intuition to do that. But you also have this person, a Tower card, which towers can be very unexpected most of the time. Many times can be unpleasant, but it does speak to something falling down, something crumbling that was built kind of on shifting sand, kind of a House of Cards thing, or, like built on untruths or, things that came to light that caused a tower moment where it was just that aha moment, but like not always in such a pleasant way kind of thing. Towers can be unpleasant, but really it's for our good, okay? Because you want to cut out those things that are not solid and not built on truth and where clarity is not in existence, okay? On your side. All right, you feel a lot of love. I think this is a strong soul connection, and I say that for two reasons. Number one, we do have that Lover's card on this side. You got the Two of Cups on this side. That's a strong union, a very important union. You know, many times a soul connection can be a twin flame. You know, and I know that term is overused. So you know, take this as it resonates. Okay. You know what? You got the Hermit, but it's in reverse. Again, resisting healing. You know, so I see that in two cards, okay? Can speak to some loneliness, and, you know, which is kind of interesting because, you know, I was saying this the other night. My daughter and I were having a conversation about loneliness. You can be lonely and be with other people, and you can be not lonely and be right by yourself. So, you know, it's almost like a loneliness maybe in the relationship, possibly. I'm not saying that. I think it's more resisting healing because you got that on both sides, okay? So I'm just going to call it like I see it, Aries. You got the Hanging Man, okay? You may be feeling in limbo because this person's wrestling with a decision. You know, I think there's a lot of strong emotion on both sides. Okay, I do see that. You know, it is a mutual attraction and you know, affection, emotion towards each other. But, you know, and then the Hanging Man many times, you know, calls for the need to look at things differently, like a different perspective, which is kind of interesting because you got this Tower going on the other side over here. So maybe there's some truths that did come to light or need to come to light, okay? It also speaks to the need to sometimes let go and flow, like, you know, be fine with whatever happens, knowing that it is divinely guided and that whatever happens is supposed to happen. You know, there's, you know, the Tower, the advice for the Tower is when the towers fall, let them, don't resist change. And so, you know, I think that kind of, you know, I think this is almost like a mirroring, which is interesting because oftentimes that is, you know, twin flame or, you know, strong soul type connections. You know, there's a lot of mirroring going on. You know, this person's wrestling with the decision. This person feels like they're in limbo. May very well both sides be wrestling with the decision. Two of Cups, you know, typically does not mean wrestling with a decision, but in general, twos can speak to decision making. So I'm just going to throw that out there as a possibility. You guys may kind of be at a little bit of a crossroads where you don't know right what to do. The Lover's card would advise you both to use your intuition. What is the probable outcome for my Aries friends here with regard to this person? What's the probable outcome based on the current energies? Again, energies can change. Probable outcome with this person, please. Well, we have Leo, we have air. I like it. Okay, we have Leo and we have air energy and we have fire energy. I think you probably have everything. Okay, so with that bit, you know, as far as zodiac signs. But okay, this takes a turn, which is really cool because there's some truths that I see in the past that weren't looked at. But then in the future, you come into inner strength and courage. Okay, that's what that strength card is about. That means that somebody steps in and does some healing. That could not happen. Also, you got the Queen of Swords, which is one of my favorite cards of the tarot. Because, you know, don't get caught up in the gender of that card, okay? The energy around that card is a person with a lot of clarity, sees the truth, a very pleasant person, very mature, okay, energy. But also, you know, and this is the thing I love about the Queen of Swords. I'm just, you know, this is my goal. I'm an air sign, so I love, you know, the Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Swords, you know, just like the Queen of Wands has, you know, and you're the Queen of Wands or King of Wands, whichever, because you're fire energy being Aries. But hear me out. This energy has no problem politely and lovingly and nicely, but quickly cutting out what no longer aligns, okay? So, but more than anything, what I see here between the Strength card and the Queen of Swords is some truth coming to light, people walking in maturity, seeing maturity, and this Two of Wands speaks to making progress, okay? Two of Wands can speak to, again, you know, trying to make a decision, but I see it stepping into a maturity, okay? and initial accomplishment, getting past whatever you dealt with, okay, or are dealing with, okay. I see you getting past it and getting stronger. I mean, again, the Leo card, strength, getting stronger, getting more mature, able to see the truth, highly intuitive. All of those things come to, you know, where I am. So I do see that there have been some struggles, Aries, but you know what? I think there's a lot of possibility, given the current energies, for things to make a good turn. So let's see, for you Aries that are interested in someone new, or, you know, want to know what might be coming in the future. What do we have here? What do we have as a possibility for my Aries friends, Aries viewers, Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as far as something coming in? Let's take a look. What do we have coming in? Okay, a lot of air energy and possibly Scorpio. Whatever it is, it's got staying power, because you got the Death in the reverse, you know, and you've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which means, you know, clarity. And you got, but here's my favorite. You had the Queen of Swords a while ago, and now you got the King of Swords. So a lot of clarity, wisdom, a wise individual coming in, very possibly an air sign or Scorpio, but doesn't have to be. May just be a placement in their chart, or not at all. But the thing about Swords energy, it is air energy, okay? Air energy is about elimination, seeing the truth, able to cut out that which doesn't, you know, align with where they're going in a nice way, in a mature way. King of Swords is a wise energy, okay? And again, don't get caught up in the gender, because here again, King of Swords is somebody who is very mature, wise. That energy is somebody that people go to for advice many times. It's a person who can cut to the truth of a matter and see things from a more objective light, highly intuitive again, okay, because they're doing the energy work to have the high vibration to be able to hear their intuition when it speaks. Because, you know, if we're not doing the work, right, Aries, you know, we got all these voices. And I mean, I'm just going to use myself as an example. You know, I'm a Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, okay? We got the twins going on. Then we got this Cap Moon that's overthinking, okay? And thinking, and workaholic, and making lists and doing things. And then we got the Gemini twins over here, and they get to arguing. Then you've got my ego over here. And then over here, you got the still small voice somewhere in the background, intuition going, hey, you know, this is what you really need to listen to. But all these voices going on, it's very hard to get clarity if I'm not doing my daily meditation, energy work, you know, shadow work when it comes up, right? We have to do that. You know, we can't stay doing shadow work all the time, but we do need to meditate every day, right? So with that being said, you know, let's look at your family dynamic. That's something that I have added to my individual detailed readings, and I kind of like it. I would like to hear from you guys in the comments if you like it too. We also have added the money section at the end of this, you know, kind of advice in your career, self-employment, and that sort of thing. I want to hear from you guys if you like the new format of how I'm doing individual readings, any tweaking, any suggestions that you have. I would love to hear, okay? All right, what's going on in your family right now, Aries? What's the energies there? Well, okay, it's kind of quiet right now. And here's why I say that. I think you guys are kind of coming, in a peaceful, I do get a peaceful energy, okay? And here's why. All right, I think there has been some stuff happened. I'm just going to say that. But, you know, you've got air and fire, okay? But you got the Four of Swords. So kind of taking a break from some drama and some strife and fighting. And maybe it was outside of the family, but affected the family. But the Four of Swords is beautiful energy, okay? Because it's a rest from that. It is a healing mode from that. So I like that a lot. But, you know, you've got the Hanging Man. Now, in this case, I like this because the Hanging Man, you know, it can mean, you know, being in limbo and that some small sacrifices were made or need to be made. Okay, that can be the advice. But, you know, the Hanging Man offers a different perspective. Like, you may not agree with that person in your family, but just try to have empathy, or, and try to at least temporarily put yourself in their shoes. Try to see why they're saying what they're saying. You may not agree with them. And look, I'll just give you examples in my own situation here in the recent weeks, dealing with, and I won't give you details, but dealing with some extended family members, reacting in a very unhealthy way. I could have done one of two things. I could have reacted and said, well, you're wrong for doing that. Because they were. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. Okay, they were. And it would have been real easy to say, well, you're wrong for saying that. But, to take a step back and say, okay, I know this person's past. They're very damaged and they've not healed, and they're not probably going to step into healing right now. So I can call them out, but in a very loving and tactful way, which is exactly what I did. I spoke my truth, but I did it in a very non-judgmental and loving way. And you know what? It worked. And this person literally had a breakthrough. Am I saying that's going to happen every time? No. Am I saying it will help? Absolutely. Yes. And it's going to raise your vibration regardless, which is going to attract better family type behaviors. I see things are kind of delayed and slow in communication right now. Okay. But you know what? I think the key is to handle it, like I said, because you got the Eight of Wands reversed, okay, can mean little to no communication. But here's the advice. Look at what you're doing wrong. Look at what you're doing right. What's working for you? What approach is working? What approach is not? I just gave you an example of the way I could have reacted to this person, and the old me would have, but not in a real nice way. Really in a kind of a Knight of Swords kind of, I don't really care what they think kind of way, kind of shoot first, ask questions later kind of thing. But no, the new me was able to step back and say, okay, this person is toxic. I get that. I can't do anything about it. Kind of stuck with them, because of, and I know sometimes you can cut family members out. I'm not opposed to that, and I've done it. I've got family members I do not speak to, but this particular situation I'm stuck with at least for a while, okay? So I have to deal with that. So I have to put myself in their shoes, understand why they react the way they do, and change my focus and change my approach. And I think that's what you're being invited to do with that Eight of Wands in the reverse. That's what I'm going to just call out. Okay, so with that being said, and we're going to get some advice at the end of this too, but I'm going to go ahead and give you some money advice. This can apply whether you're self-employed, considering self-employment, considering, looking for another job, unemployed, employed, pursuing a promotion, a raise, whatever. So this is all about your coins, right? So let's see, Aries, what we have for you as far as the money situation. Well, you got the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Awesome, awesome. You're standing on your own. That's what the nines are about. Number one, Nine of Pentacles is all about success abundance. That's the word. Why couldn't I think of that word? Okay, abundance, okay? Allow yourself to enjoy life. That's the Nine of Cups, right? Allow yourself to enjoy and flow. Right? Be grateful for the blessings you have, because that's going to bring what? More blessings. Love, love, love it. Okay? The Nine of Pentacles advice is to prepare for abundance. Your hard work is about to pay off. I can't think of better things that I could tell any of you Aries folks. I believe that your all signs reading was vibing pretty well too, as I recall. Kind of interesting. Let's go to Moonology and just get some observations for you from there. Really, really quick like. Okay. Ooh, this one flew out. Nothing is yet set in stone. You got to put in the work, right? I don't care whether we're talking love or money, anything that we just talked about, whether it was your current person, a new opportunity, whatever. Guess what? You got to continue to do the energy work and manifest, right? As far as, doing your meditation, shadow work, self-care is so important right now. Y'all, the energies in the air right now are absolutely crazy with the collective. They got the, right now, the U.S. elections, they got the freaking National Guard on standby. Businesses are boarding up all over the states. It is nuts, okay? And I'm not going to walk in fear, but I am being careful. You know, we are given common sense for a reason, right? So yeah. And you know what? I just had another one pop out, you know, and it, you know, have faith in your dreams, which is absolutely beautiful. You know, certainly key to manifesting that Nine of Pentacles and the money that we saw, the Nine of Cups, right? Be grateful for what you have, because when you're grateful, you're going to manifest more reasons to be grateful. When you're, you know, focused on what you lost or what you're missing or what you wish you had, you're going to manifest more reasons to be in a lack situation. When you are sitting there and you're saying, I want money, that's what you're going to manifest, wanting money. I need money. That's what you're going to manifest. I need somebody in my life. You're going to manifest being alone is what's going to happen. But, you know, because the universe hears need. I mean, they're going to honor whatever you say you're at. Wherever you say you're at is where you're going to be. I mean, you are literally creating your reality, you know, and so work that law of attraction to your benefit. I like your reading, Aries. I think it's great. If you haven't already done so, hit the red subscribe button. Donate to the channel. Hit me up for a personal reading. You can see how to do that in the description box below. Lots of good information in the description box as well. Until next time, Aries, I wish you much love and peace in the coming days.